first things first. We literally know almost as much as we knew before. They just showed us what it looks like. That's basically.
And it doesn't look that good.
No, it doesn't look good.
Whoa. Okay.
Listen.
I think this is really good. What?
This is my question. This is my question. Is Pokemon Champions still potentially your dream Pokemon game?
Yes.
Why?
It could be
because I don't think
not much has changed from now to from yesterday to today. Not much has changed.
So I think a lot has changed.
That's about it.
I think a lot has changed too, and I think it's a lot of good.
Tell me. I want to hear it.
Curious. Okay. Well, first off, I think the thing that I think it's important to just go ahead and remind everyone that when I'm saying my dream game, I do of course mean my dream game. I'm not going to speak for all you lovely people out there, but for one, it seems that they are making the things you have to do to battle. And what I mean by that is, while anybody can battle, let's face it, if you go online and you don't have EV to IV Pokemon, you're going to get absolutely humiliated by, some other person on the internet and the battle.
That's what makes you not want to do it.
Yes, exactly. And I think they've made those pretty complicated, nearly hidden traits of a Pokemon much easier to understand and more importantly, much easier to tweak and to customize here on Champions. With the new training feature where you can use VP to basically do that. And also rent your own Pokemon.
Yeah, please. So can I jump in?
Please. Mm-hmm.
So I was with you when we first watched this trailer, and then I took a look at the website with Jake. And I'm very sad to see that this game has actually ruined any potential excitement I had for it. Because
how?
Because you have to pay to min-max your stats. It's not
with VP though.
Yes, but how do you get VP?
In the game, it says that. It says through rank.
So how do you get it in the game? You spend your time. And to me,
you do.
So guess what? You can already do that in the mainline games. My issue was that I don't have a lot of time to do all this background stuff. I want to pick up my Pokemon. I want to min-max them. I want to play the game. That would save me time. That would save me energy. That would allow me to focus actually on what the point of the game is, or should be, which is battling. And this devastated me. This devastated me 4 hours ago. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. It looks a little fun. And then we looked at the website, and the only thing that it promises is like actually nothing. Honestly, I don't think it does anything other than mixing all the gimmicks and all the Pokemon. That's cool, right? That is cool because you can't normally do that in like one game. But all of the excitement of like new battle metas or, oh, I can just use my Pokemon from Pokemon Home, which you can do, but you have to use the VP. Is that what they're called? VP? You have to use those points that you earn in the game to min-max your stats. That, like, to me, I don't have time to do this either. And then when I think, and then the problem with that is that then that basically deflates any sort of argument about like, or wish, right, that this game would get more people into competitive, because those same people have to do the same thing. They still have to invest their time in order to like min-max their Pokemon.
Right, but you don't know how much time that's going to be.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
How much time it's going to be.
I think that concern is super freaking valid, and that's something I hadn't even thought of. And
I didn't think of it either.
Great point.
It like scares me.
I'm still not too worried because me personally, I don't mind putting in the time. I do it now. But for someone like
but you're playing VGC.
Yeah, the time.
Yeah, you're already playing VGC.
And that's what I'm saying is, so for someone who's more casual than I when it comes to battling people, I think that's a super valid concern. So the only, and I'm sorry, that's the only thing I can say, but I do think it's a big thing I can say is we don't know exactly how much battles give you how much VP, how much they'll give you to start out. They might be saying rank battles are a way to get it, and there are other methods to get it that we don't know about yet. Also, too, they very well might release this, see people's reaction to, oh, VP's so hard to get, this sucks, and then go and change it in the same way that how TCG Pocket changed their trade requirements because people were upset with that.
Well, then we gotta start ringing the bell. We have to start a movement because Wolf Glick's talking right now like this is like the best thing that's ever happened. But like Wolf Glick already spent the time.
Most people like it. Most people like it because you don't have to pay. But I will say this.
But my time is valuable.
They could give you an option to pay. You know, they could be like, hey, if you want to do it faster, you can pay.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that either.
But here's the thing: if you really want to play this game, for me, there's a thing where it's like, if you want to get good at this and you want to play it, then you have to practice and you have to play it. So if you're playing it and you're gaining the VP while doing it, then it's like, all right, it's a system that's going round and round.
So what I'm saying is, like, you already do that in the mainline game. What I wanted from Pokemon Champions was something that isn't in the mainline games. What I wanted from Champions was a new visual style.
Someone take it out.
What? Say that again.
They might take this out of the mainline games. Like, they might separate them and be like, yo, this is it. And the mainline games don't have this much anymore.
You're saying the turn-based RPG, the turn-based battling,
turn-based RPG,
or even player versus player.
Yeah, the style will be there, but exactly, it won't be on. Like, competitive won't be on the main game, the main gen game. Essentially,
yeah. I don't know if they're gonna gut. Yeah,
we'll see.
But then the game is gonna have to like actually be live service, or it's like in 6 years this game's not gonna look that good. I don't even think it looks good now.
No, it doesn't look good.
Like,
but
I actually think it looks good. That's so funny.
It's really it's highly saturated, but like it doesn't look good. Like, it doesn't look, and I'm saying it doesn't look good because I'm like, it doesn't look as good. It's missing all the textures from Scarlet and Violet that we were all praising. Mm-hmm. And I don't even think
it's Legend ZA. I think they may just be moving away from that. Like, I think they maybe didn't like that or something, because Legend ZA is also moving away from those textures.
I don't exactly mind the Pokemon models here. They look a little rough, but this game's in development. Like, when these pictures were taken, this is pre-development, whatever.
It's not supposed to release for at least another 6 months, you know?
I don't know about 6, but close. But either way,
yeah, because if it's 2026, I'm saying bare minimum, if it releases January, that's still like 6 months from now. You know?
Is it 6?
5, maybe, I guess.
So, there's
don't think, but this looks...
It's the floor that gets me. It's the floor that really bugs me.
I'm not worried about the floor.
No, the floor is, like, exciting. I think the floor is just, like, flashy.
I want to be very clear, Dusty. The complaints about the training thing, that's like super valid.
Yeah, dude, I didn't know that. I was like devastated. I jumped on stream with Jake, and Jake was like, he's like, some people are gonna be upset with me, but I'm like just reading the website, and I was like nervously laughing, and then I was like, shoot, oh my god, this is horrible.
Again, though, I am like, that's one of those things, though, that's like, that can I can understand how that sounds bad. I'm personally not worried about it because I don't mind the time, but totally get it for people.
Yeah, but that's like your hobby, right?
Right, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. That's why
this is only relevant
for people who are.
Yeah, but this is only relevant because like Wolf Glick right now, and I hear it from you guys, I hear it from the chat. People are saying like this game is all about VGC, and then I'm like, but you can do like everything that's in this game. Spending the time to min-max these Pokemon, and then you have to unlock the Pokemon in this game. All of those things are exactly the same. Like, you do all those things in the mainline game, and that's a problem. So how can Champions be an on-ramp and a gateway to the main? Like, it doesn't. I don't think it makes sense to me.
It's way easier than doing it in the mainline game.
I don't think it's.
This is way easier. Yes, there's no way that they make it harder or.
I mean, that's
cool.
But it's still not a gateway.
The purpose of this game is to make it.
But I
easier.
think. But that's what I'm wondering about. Like, is that the purpose?
It literally, the tagline is bringing battles to everyone or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's definitely the purpose.
But we can have the battles in Scarlet. I just don't see. It just doesn't click with me. It doesn't feel like beneficial.
That's why I would again say, let it be a concern to you. Absolutely. Don't let it take away points just yet, because nothing's final until the game is out, and the game won't be out for another 6 months at least.
Yeah.
Definitely got to wait. But
like, wouldn't
on top of that, I'd say that if it was all pay to play, we would have like
the same discussion,
conversation. Yeah, we would be like, I don't want to pay all this money to be able to do what I need to do in this game. Like,
I think there was
only
problems.
2 ways to go about it, right? So
no,
I don't know if they.
No. There's a very clear way to go about it. Make everything available, make everything min-maxable, and then and then give us costumes for our Pokemon that we'll pay for willingly, and that's how you can get paid off this thing, and you're preserving the actual thing that people want to spend money, and allow us to unlock Pokemon. But it's like everything that we were talking about was a better idea, right? Allow us to unlock Pokemon by buying your new Generation 10 game. I'll do that. You'll get my $70. I'm still playing your mainline game, and I get to do specialized battles and champions that also allow me to min-max my stats and experiment with different sets. Like, now it is a VGC game. This doesn't feel like a VGC game. This feels like this doesn't even feel like it's like, I don't think I have a reason to pick this up. It's kind of how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, which is fair, but I would say as well, like, I think the biggest issue with this whole trailer is like literally we still don't know anything. I think we know
stuff though. I think we do know stuff. They told us more.
I disagree with both of y'all. I think we know a decent bit now. We now have the hard confirmation that this is going to customize to an like. I think we do have a better understanding of the extent of how much like Showdown this is. Because before
Not
I
at
don't
all.
think that was perfectly clear. But I will say I do think that we are all forgetting or rather people in that camp of thinking, Dusty, are forgetting the fundamental thing about this, and that is that the whole title is Pokemon Trainer. That's the thing that these people are called who go to these VGC things and play. And so I think, no, Game Freak is never, ever, and I don't think they should because it's not their mission, and I appreciate that, going to make it where you can just customize a Pokemon for free and it's easy and all that, because the idea is you're a trainer. You're not a Pokemon battler. Anybody can do a Pokemon battle. If we're just going to let you customize your Pokemon, what's the point in customizing them at all? No, you're a Pokemon trainer. You got to put in the work to train. I think that's always been their mission.
Yeah, I agree
think
with
that's
that.
always been a disconnect with their audience. And like if that's something that someone doesn't appreciate about it, then that's fine. But it's like, I think chess is too complicated. Well, instead of saying that whoever designed chess has done a bad job at designing it, I'm just accepting chess ain't for me, you know?
Yeah, so my point is like
that.
I totally agree with you. I think there's like a magic in capturing your random Pokemon and then being rewarded by their strength by training them up through an adventure and then min-maxing and then competing. Like there's a pipeline there. There's a system, right? And it's in world. So I get all that. And I agree with it. And that is like that's what I'm excited to play. That's why I'm excited to play Legends ZA. I'm excited to catch random Pokemon and like train them up. But then why does Champions exist? Because all the fun ideas that I had that I thought were really like cool, and I'm like, oh, this could be cool to like give me a different way to battle that's not available in Showdown or that's not available in the mainline games. It's literally just the mainline battles gutted, but you have to spend just as much time to min-max your Pokemon. That's what it seems like. And then to that I say, I'm just gonna play I'm gonna play in Gen 10. I'm gonna play in Scarlet and Violet. If I want to battle my friends, I'm just gonna use Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, I think
use Megas and Terrastone.
Sure, that is a good point. That's a good point. That is a good
I'm not
point.
gonna play Scarlet and Violet, especially like another year and do all this and all that. So it's like
no, that is a good point though.
It's
like
interesting.
You can mash all the different gimmicks. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I do think too. Like really, I think that it's not going to, because I do think their mission here is to make it more accessible. So I really think that we should, instead of just reading the website, just wait and see, because I don't think it'll be quite as bad as you think it will. I don't think it'll be as easy as you will hope it is, but I do think it won't be as bad as you think it is.
I just feel like they're they're gatekeeping the wrong, or like I don't want to spend money to increase my stats. That's not fun. This is why I was
the Pokemon Company.
This is why I was yelling about this. I'm like, allow me to unlock special things that are cosmetic, so there's no friction between the player and the battling. You know,
right?
Like
that's
why Stadium. That's why Pokemon Stadium is so fun. You just boot it up and you got a team and you start battling. You know?
I think you will be able to do that here, but your team is rental. So
sure, yeah. If there's rent, yeah.
There is, but
I don't know. But like again, the Pokemon is about customizing the things to. It's still like it's self-expression. The Pokemon you have on your team is self-expression, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anyways,
yeah, a bit.
This was a bomb for myself to learn, And 3 hours later, I'm telling you guys now. So and now we're telling chat,
but it's
and we
not
can
a
all
bomb to me.
commiserate together.
Yeah, no, I don't.
But I'm not in misery from it, to be honest. I can understand how someone like, yourself would be upset about it. I just, I think I'm still in a camp of, okay, let's wait and see,
Sure, yeah.
I feel like every game we've heard something that has, like, even the mainline Pokemon games, we've heard something that we've been like, oh, and then the game comes out and it's not near as bad as we thought it would be.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing, though, is, like, everyone online is talking about, like, how this game is a gateway to battling, specifically VGC, and I just think that doesn't make any sense. Because, like...
We can't say yes or no yet.
I think we can. I think we can because like
I don't think so.
Because Scarlet and Violet is the second best-selling Pokemon game of all time. People have that game. If they want to do competitive, they can do it. And this game has proven, or at least it's or maybe it's misleading me, but it's telling me that it's going to be just as difficult to jump into a battle and battle competitively as it is in the mainline games. So, like, I actually have more freedom in the mainline games.
I actually don't think it is telling you that, though. I think, in fact, their tagline is telling you that's not the case.
No.
And you're getting nervous about a blurb on a website that is vague, and so we don't really fully understand the extent of how bad or how good that thing on the website is.
I hear you, but I think the blurb, I think the or the tagline, most like taglines are literally for marketing. Taglines are literally supposed to sum up what they want you to think about the game. I think the blurb on the website is likely to be more accurate about how the game actually functions, right? Like, they could tell you one thing and then give you something else. That's why we all, that's why we didn't like, Game Freak when they were like, when Dexit happened, right? They said one thing, they kind of lied, they did something else, right? That's what I think we're seeing here.
Yeah, I'll stand by my first point, which is still my biggest, and I think it's very important. Game's got 6 months to come out. The tagline is kind of vague. We still don't understand a ton about this game, so let's just wait and see together.
Dude,
and if it sucks,
listen,
then,
we'll be
let's grab our pitchforks.
Listen, I'm expressing my frustration. If someone else is excited about this, that's totally fine.
For sure.
The thing that's just bothering me is just like I don't know. I feel like we're just making assumptions, and now we have more info, so that's what we should look at, right? Because before we didn't have any info.
I do think you are making assumptions on how hard it'll be based off that info.
Yeah. Listen, we'll still be covering it right here in Hidden Power, so
for sure.
Stay tuned.
I'm more about, like, why did they let Ilka do this game? It literally looks like BDSP.
I know. I was thinking about that.
It looks like BDSP, like a bad version of BDSP because it's not finished yet.
Is that the world behind it? Like the world that we're going to be in?
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that island they talked about.
100% in Galar.
Yeah,
so there you go, Dusty.
That is pretty compelling. That is pretty compelling.
There you go.
But you know what I'm saying?
Did I bring it back?
Dude, it wouldn't. How cool would it have been if they were like on the website or in this trailer, they're like, guess what? This is Pokemon Champions. To train your battles offline, you get to battle all of these Pokemon champions. And they talk, and there's new and returning champions from the mainline games, gym leaders, Elite Four members, rivals, protagonists. It's like Masters, Pokemon Masters EX, right? But like all these familiar characters. Then it's like a game. Then it's like, ooh, this is fun. That's a campaign. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Whatever. I'm like, if any of that's there, this was the first trailer. They didn't tell us anything.
May I read off some things that I found about champions that I think is kind of neat?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so first off, there's a little blurb on the website that talks about in the private battles. It says something about like to the effect of pick a stadium, which does imply that we will be able to choose different stadiums to at least battle against our friends with. Maybe not for ranked, but to battle against our friends with, which I think is a really exciting thing there. I know it's something I personally was really wanting from this. Then we mentioned this earlier in our video where we were covering it, but I want to mention it again because it's very big in my opinion. And that is that when Gardevoir is facing off against Hydreigon, it says that Moonblast is extremely effective against Hydreigon because it's not just super effective. It's super effective is 2 times effective. It's 4 times effective because Fairy beats both the Dragon and the Dark that Hydreigon has.
That's a fun.
I think that's really cool.
It's a fun detail. Yeah. To me that that's such a little thing that like has been around since maybe Generation 2 with like 4 times effectiveness. So it's nice to see a little confirmation. Yeah, that's like it's a nice little thing.
Yeah. I will say. Oh, you have more?
No, but if you've got something to say on this,
okay, you can finish with the positive things, and then I'll.
Okay.
No. I said enough negativity. You guys both have to be positive now.
Then
I don't know.
This isn't necessarily positive as much as it is kind of interesting. I have not done the math on this myself, but my good friend Scoot Easy has reached out to me to tell me that
I know we were trying to get him on the show.
There's an extra EV on Gardevoir, implying that there might have been an actual change to IVs and EVs this time around.
Sure, but again, I like that's not enough. Like everything you're saying is great for VGC players, but I'm like when we talk about this game as a gateway for Soul, as like a casual who doesn't play competitive.
It doesn't take that much time. If it takes too much time, I can't play it. You're right.
Sure.
Yeah, that's my only point.
I also can't spend a bunch of money.
I'm also listen. I'm also a
Yeah.
casual. Like I stopped playing competitive because my buddy's always min-maxing his teams, and he's like, "Let's battle," and I'm like, "Listen, you keep a record. It scares me to ruin my good record that was established in 2018. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like I got to make sure I have a good team, and he's been kicking my butt, and I'm like I'd like to do better, but it's like I don't have the time to prepare a team. You know what I'm saying? So like Champions was supposed to be like. Give me an opportunity to min-max so I can kick Matt's butt. And you too, Alex, if you're watching. Level 99 Pidgey.
At the same time, I really think it's just like you're getting points to play the game, which it just makes sense. It just
Listen,
makes
if they're
sense,
totally. If they're that's so true. If they're really easy to get, and if they're seamless to get, if I'm failing to even carry all my VP, then great, we're good. But
for what it's worth, too, I mentioned to y'all a while back that I have a childhood friend who we played Pokemon a lot. He fell off Pokemon for a few years, as it seems everyone does, and he's recently kind of come back into the fold. And he actually told me before, he was like, I'm actually not interested in Pokemon Champions, probably won't get that. I was like, I think you're crazy, but whatever, man. And he actually messaged me today after the presents, and he said, all right, I may have been wrong about Champions. He's like,
cool, that's fun.
Revolution, and I'm excited for it.
It was giving Battle Revolution for sure.
You know,
sure.
You had more.
Last thing is that just something interesting. Is that so far you can see at least one starter Pokemon from Kanto, Johto, Sinnoh, Unova, Alola, Hisui, and ZA. So, you know, it seems they might right off the bat allow all starter Pokemon in. Maybe that doesn't mean a ton to you two, but for me, I've actually always said that I do believe that every starter Pokemon should be in every Pokemon game, just because every single starter Pokemon is someone's first Pokemon, and every single person's first Pokemon was a starter Pokemon, you know? So, I don't know. I'm a sentimentalist, so I like that.
I don't really like Star Pokemon that much.
Yeah, Star Pokemon suck.
I know you don't.
No, I'm just kidding.
You know,
I was just adding to that for the clip. Yeah. Like this guy, what's he talking about? Starter Pokemon? That's stupid sentimentality. I
love it.
No.
I'm being bullied.
Yeah. So it's like I only like Ultra Necrozma.
Yeah, well, at least starter Pokemon are here on like Ultra Necrozma. So.
I know, so they gotta. Anyways,
They hate me. Let me just give a few ideas as well. I'll just say that I was disappointed with this because I bought into the hype that it would be coming out like later this year. I really thought that it was going to, and when they said 2026, I was like, dang.
Yeah, so that means really end of year probably. Like maybe it's the summertime or something.
The thing is it throws the whole like idea of it being used as VGC for next year into like chaos a little bit. So you know, maybe
when does that
January.
start? January.
So, the VGC circuit for 2026 starts September.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone was expecting it until January.
Right. This game, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or for
expecting it.
Pokemon to be on this game.
Right. I wasn't even expecting it, but then I was like, I've read all these things about it kind of, being done, and like people, it's like, all right, it's still got a little bit of work to go. So I hope that doesn't affect it too much. It was just a little disappointing because I was thinking this might be like the like winter Pokemon game kind of thing, like holiday thing. I was looking for a Christmas present. And then the trailer itself with like information was also a little lackluster in that sense, where it's just like, dang, I thought they were going to show a lot more, but they didn't. And I hope they do at Worlds, but I'm not sure because it's like, if it's not coming out till 2026, then who knows,
I think it'll depend. I think if the next World Championships will be played on Champions, I do not think there is a single shot they don't show something about it at Worlds.
At Worlds, yeah. I mean, I think they show it at Worlds anyway, but
maybe.
I can see some benefit of Champions. I think Pokemon Champions could be good and could be really great when ZA comes out, and if new Megas are added to Champions, now there's a way to use those Megas in a standard turn-based battle system, right?
I think that is a huge part of Champions' purpose. I don't think we're getting Megas in Gen 10. Like, there's like a 50% chance, I'd say, that we get Megas in Gen 10. So these Megas will never be used in a turn-based battle system other than in Champions.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really why that it's like coupled together, the games.
And I also think I think Pokemon Champions also signals to me that we are going to continue to get these experimental games, whether they're Pokemon Legends titles or if Generation 10 is even weirder than ever, right? Even weirder. And also it gives
even weirdier.
It creates like a traditional battle format, right? A place to use new Pokemon like any sort of Legend ZA Megas, maybe all the weird time Pokemon, prehistoric Pokemon like in Legends Arceus, right? It creates a place for those Pokemon to live on outside of their original game, and allows Game Freak to not have to shoehorn those into whatever the next mainline title is. So I see value there. I do see value there.
Yeah, I do think that's part of it, 100%. And that's all I have to say. I need to see more still. Still. That's really where we're at.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like they give us a little bit. They let us see what it looks like right now. We need to see more.
But so I'm asking you because I think you and I fall on the same side of like when it comes to competitive, right? Or battling. Like I don't know, like how does that make you feel? Like where are you kind of sitting with it where it comes down to like with Champions, if you have to still spend your time and resources to min-max your Pokemon, like, I don't know, like what does that make you think of? Like, are you less excited?
I don't mind it because I'm not paying for it. And I would want to play the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's playing the game. So it's part of playing the game. You play the game. That's the goal. You get the VP, and then you can change your Pokemon how you want to. Like, that's the gameplay loop.
But you could there's already a gameplay loop in Scarlet and Violet, like that would allow you to do the same thing.
More difficult and complicated.
Yeah.
To do all that stuff that you have to do in Scarlet and Violet.
No, I guess okay, yeah. So I guess
and you can't use Megas and possibly all the gimmicks together, and possibly eventually all the Pokemon together. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess in Champions
has potential still as well. So
yeah, so like in Champions, I guess visually it is easier to keep track of like your stat, the stat changes that you're making, right?
Yeah. And also not only that, but like in the battle itself, the thing I said about the extremely effective thing and the fact that like the health bars actually show a percentage to you just shows, I think, how your brain is going to naturally kind of pick up damage calcs a lot easier now, because instead of looking at a green bar and going, that looks like it's about 70%. You're going to actually know, okay, that was 73%. The move I just used did 27% to that Pokemon. And you know, I think at least, at the very least, the battles themselves will be a lot easier to understand and to adapt to for players.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just like not big enough to really make a big splash. Like that's not why people are not playing competitive right now, right? Those are nice to haves. Those are nice to haves.
You know?
But I don't think anyone's like picking this up because they're like, I can see the percentage now. Like I'm not doing damage calcs in my head. I'm doing like,
No,
okay,
but
that
now you can.
yeah, I know.
Might.
But I'm telling you, the reason why people aren't playing competitive, and then they might in the future, it's time. It's time. Because like you can't buy anything. Anyways, I'm just beating a dead horse.
And they might fix that. That's all I've got.
But I think they've already. Not. I don't think they've already shown that they can't do that. That they're not doing that. Like,
but what if it's like I know it's not this, but like hypothetically, what if it's like one ranked battle gives you 10,000 VP? Okay, it's not a challenge anymore. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's
like,
wait
and
see.
That's what I mean is we'll know the extent. You know,
the way I see it,
I don't know what else.
Like,
we'd have to see.
I'm not gonna play the game otherwise. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's a reason to want me to play the game. You know what I mean? So I get the VP so that I can play the game. Do you know? It's like a purpose. It's a goal.
Yeah. I guess I would just prefer the goal to be like, let me battle. No, like show me the characters I'll be battling. Like, who's the computer I'm fighting? You know, is it just this one guy?
That's another thing is you don't
like that sounds exciting.
Yeah, if there's like a whole battle tree thing, and you just have to do like a battle tree thing, and you get VP the whole time, that's like, oh, that's fun. That's what I want to do.
But again, that's all. But that's already in the mainline game. Is my point, right? Like,
yeah, but
and I'm not doing it.
Combined with the fact that the other stuff isn't, like the fact that
natures
all Pokemon at some point will be in there. The customization features, and the gimmicks, of course. I think the gimmicks is really the biggest seller to the overall consumer. The biggest, I think, selling piece that they're trying to make is, hey, look, Mega Evolution and Terra.
Yeah, that part, that combination of gimmicks is really exciting because that is something that's untreaded territory.
Well.
I think just the things that motivate me when it comes to like wanting to play a game, it would be cosmetics would be cool. You know, when there's like new events where I'm like, ooh, I can get a new coin or a new version of a card like. I'm thinking about TCG Pocket. It's like when there's new cosmetic things, I'm like, ooh, I want to get the Lugia one, right? I want to get the Scizor one. That's fun to me. Right. That's a thing that I can kind of chase. And I also think the things that have encouraged me to play competitive in the past has been when there's kind of a story mode attached to it. I'm thinking about the Battle Frontier, right? There's all these different funny ways to play in battle. I'm thinking about the Pokemon World Tournament, where all these returning characters, right, that I have memories with, that I have beef, that I have relationships with, or like it's not parasocial, but it's like, like I know Brock. Brock doesn't know me, but I know Brock.
100%.
And when Brock's showing up, I'm ready to kick his butt. That's fun, right? I feel like we have history, And so, like, those, or same thing with the battle tree, right? It's like Wally shows up at the end, right? Or whoever, right? Those are the things that would get me to be like, ooh, Champions is doing something fun and exciting. So.
Yeah, that might not be what this game is.
I know, and that's what I'm disappointed about. And I just feel like, I don't know. I want this to be something.
That stuff, but that's fair. It's just like different.
No, you would love that stuff.
I really don't actually care about.
If there was a guy who had all
the characters.
No, you would. What
really
do you mean?
don't.
But the characters have Pokemon that you like,
Yeah.
Right, but he doesn't
really
care about that. He cares that does he have the Pokemon he likes.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Very true.
Yeah, that's
I've
the
never
thing.
cared about, facing
It's
Brock.
exactly why I always
Well, that's
say
just an example.
My
I know.
exactly
Kieran,
why
you would
I
want
always say
or Carmen. You'd want to fight Carmen. I know you would. You would. You'd be like, "This is sick. I can't wait to battle her."
Like if it's about the story, yeah. Like if it's a plot that we're going through, I like that. But if it's just like a character in a battle tree thing, like it's cool to see the character, but I have no like I want to defeat this character. You know what I mean? Like what you were saying. But it's fair. It's just a different point of view.
Yeah. Anyways,
100%.
Anyways, I'm gonna bring this up in all the other videos, so we can move on.
I'm positive.
Thanks for
I'm
listening to
looking
me,
forward
guys.
to it.
Yeah,
I just
we're gonna talk a lot about this stuff.
I guess I just feel a little vindicated. Like I'm like I was. Anyways, whatever. I got a lot of mean comments on that video when I decided to have an opinion different than you guys.
Right, but I will say I wouldn't take vindication from it yet because the game's not.
Yeah, I would wait.
But they've shown us gameplay.
Just like
they've shown us gameplay.
I'm not sitting here. Just like I have always said. I've always said this has the potential to be the perfect Pokemon game. I have never said this is my perfect Pokemon
I think 90%.
Because it's not out yet, you know?
Yeah. So, this is that's a great way to do it. My potential, my wishful potential, or my wishful outlook on the potential of this game was at like a 90%. I was like, honestly, this thing's got a lot of potential. And after seeing this trailer, it's dropped down to like 40%. Or like...
That's fair.
Okay.
I mean,
or
dropped for
30%.
sure.
You know, I'm like...
Yeah.
This thing's got to do a lot to get a passing grade at this point, you know?
My
Because
sure.
I need to pay to change my IVs. I thought that was a lock-in. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll pay for the Pokemon. Once I get the Pokemon, I can play around with it as much as I want, you know?
Anyways. Never, ever assumed that this was going to be like a showdown 1-to-1. Like, I never thought that they were going to just let us do it, like, however we wanted to. Never, ever did I think that, because it just is, it's too easy. They would have made it years ago if they were going to do it.
But like, then what's the point of the game? But then what's the point of the game? What is the point of the game then? Because like you say it's like, but that would have been too easy for players. But I'm like, it's already difficult and not easy in the mainline game. So what's the value of this game then?
I don't know. It's
know.
too easy for players.
I don't know what it is. I'm freaking out.
Can I take a crack at it?
Yes.
I think this is what I mean too by like the game's not out, so we don't know, because I'm about to speculate here. But I think there's a chance that in my perfect scenario, the point of the game is so that Game Freak can now have Pokemon Works focus on running the regulations, is setting up the regulations and the Pokemon roster and all this for VGC, while being able to just drop more and more Pokemon into that game, so that, for one, we can have a game one day where we can battle with any Pokemon we want. And for two, any gimmick we want. And then for three, it allows Game Freak to, instead of focusing on, oh god, guys, people are livid with us that our Gen 10 game also won't have all the Pokemon in it. They're like, it's whatever, it's fine. They've got that in Champions. Let's focus on a great story.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's focus on an amazing region. Let's focus on a game where the map doesn't run at 4 frames per second unless Nintendo gives us a new console in 3 years, and you don't fall through the map every time you try to leave Mesa Goza.
Yeah. So no, that's cool. That's cool.
Everything that he said though is speculation, and if it doesn't happen, Dusty, then we will definitely admit, and you will definitely get vindication at that point, because that would really suck if none of that happens.
I want this to be good.
I don't think that is going, it still will be an amazing game to me if even that doesn't happen. My criteria for what it has to be an amazing game is smaller than, I think y'all's, which is fair because we're all different people who have different priorities.
Yeah.
I love VGC. I don't mind putting in the work for it, and I think it's super valid that y'all do mind putting in the work for it.
Yeah,
I don't mind too much because you got to put some into it to get some out.
Yeah,
sure, but the extent is ridiculous. I just have hope because Pokemon has in every single game taken strides to make it less ridiculous.
They have.
I mean,
absolutely.
Look, Scarlet and Violet. It's still. I'm not gonna tell you it's not time consuming, but Scarlet and Violet in comparison to X and Y, it's a freaking dream come true. And so I do think they're going to work their way to. And that's the thing, is since this game would hypothetically be a living game that they can update as they please, they can, just like how TCG Pocket went, you know what? Our trade requirements were absurd.
Yeah.
Let's change that. They can go, yeah, you know what, guys? This is too hard.
But that's a 1 in a million shot. Like, I'm like, based on what they've already shown me, I'm not like we never got a Scarlet and Violet patch until the Switch 2 came out. Like,
right.
we all thought they were gonna cave. We all thought they were gonna cave, and they never caved.
That's a big part of this is like the whole, like, if they do live updates with things, like it would be really amazing if they
sure,
like,
I guess
a Pokemon. I don't know how to say it.
No,
but,
that's actually true.
if there's one that's like way overpowered, they will like go in and balance everything. Do you know what I mean? Like that would be so cool if they do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will, like, especially as they add in like the Gen 10 mons. We've seen Pokemon do this. They go back and change old Pokemon stats and sometimes even abilities.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they will, from like every once in a while, go, hey, you know what? There's like a big power creep now with the Gen 10 Pokemon. Let's go back and give these 5 an extra 15 in their defense, or you know, whatever.
Before this, we'd never had that. Like Incineroar right now is just running amok around, you know, like Calyrex, all that stuff. Like we have all this stuff, and then they could go in and be like, hey, we're gonna, you know, weaken them so that it can be more balanced. I would love something like that. I would just say last thing, because we should move on to the other trailer.
We can move on.
The only thing that I'm afraid of with this game more than anything is just, and that's what was kind of shown to me today, is like, it just seems like they didn't put so much into it, and that maybe it's not really gonna last as long as I'm hoping. Like, I really want it to be like a game that lasts. And
yeah.
I don't know, the way it looks right
kind
now,
of looking like a game that's, it's just cheaply
like
made.
Like, yeah, they're just doing it and that's it. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like a home game where they're just like cheaply made and they're gonna keep it going. You know what I mean? And I hope it gets better and better. I'm okay with it launching bad and then getting better and better.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not really okay with it launching bad and then just being like, okay, it didn't really work out. Now we're done.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they're forcing it to be VGC of next year, that might be the case. Like they might be like, we don't care if it's not perfect. Drop it now. We can fix that later.
Yeah.
You know, because we need it for VGC.
I'm okay with that. As long as it's better.
I guess I just want to shout out that like they're literally showcasing in Pokemon Champions in the trailer a bunch of Soul's favorite Pokemon. We got Hydrapple here.
Yeah, right.
We got Feraligatr. We got Sneasler. It's insane.
They look all right too. Sneasler and Hydrapple look good.